and fitness once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with the Fitness Friday video series, where here we basically talk about everything related to working out, exercise, and yes, fitness. That being said, I do have two objectives for this particular video. Number one, I want to educate you about fitness so that it's fun and easy. And number two, I want to offer you Coach D's perspective, which is boiled down to Coach D's tips. Ladies and gentlemen, 23% Nation, recently I came across an online article. And basically, it stated that there is a very unhealthy trend sweeping the globe, literally. It's called the Quarantine 15. I'll say it once again. It's called the Quarantine 15. So what does that mean? It simply means that people are gaining weight, people are packing on the pounds, people are getting fat. Now, the reason why that's happening, more than likely, is because of four main reasons. Number one, because we are on lockdown, we are in quarantine, that means we're spending a lot more time at home, which now we're more susceptible to consuming more calories. That's right, guys. Number two, because we're more home more often, we are less physically active. Number three, because we're home more often, our stress levels are probably through the roof. And number four, it's probably a combination of all three. Consuming more calories, being less physically active, and you're stressed out, that creates the perfect storm for the Quarantine 15. So, what I want to do now is offer you Coach D's tip. And this is the overall tip that I received from the online article that I read about. And the tip is follow an online exercise course. Once again, they are suggesting that we follow online exercise courses, or shall we say classes. Now, what I want to do is give you a few sub-tips, 7 to be exact. So let's go ahead and dive just a little deeper. Tip number 1, if you live in a small space, meaning like maybe a small apartment, maybe a small house, you may want to limit your exercise class to either yoga or Pilates. Now, why? Because when you perform those types of online classes, it doesn't require a whole lot of movement or a lot of space. Tip number 2, if you have a large space, so maybe you live in a mansion, maybe you live in an estate home, or maybe you have just a very nice exercise room. Well, because you have more space, you can probably get yourself involved with something like Zumba and or Bootcamp. Tip number 3, don't fret, ladies and gentlemen. The reason is because all of these classes are free. As a matter of fact, you're simply going to go to YouTube and do a little search, right? So YouTube, we all know, is free 99. Tip number 4 is know your limits. Ladies and gentlemen, 23% Nation, this is very important. Why? Because we want to avoid any type of possible injuries. That's right. Now, let's talk about this very quickly. You don't want to necessarily aggravate an old injury. Maybe you played sports, maybe you have a bum shoulder, a bum knee. Know your limits. Maybe you have flexibility issues, right? So if you're going to perform a yoga class, then only stretch to where you are comfortable. Try not to overstretch. Also, number 3, know your intensity. If you're a couch potato, don't try to go all out like the group exercise instructor is, right? Know your limits, okay? Very simple. Once again, we're trying to avoid any injuries. Tip number 5 is drink water. That's right, guys. We got to keep our bodies hydrated. Now, here's a quick rule. Because you're going to be exercising anywhere from 20 to maybe 60 minutes, right? Aim for at least half a gallon, okay? Tip number 6. This is for those of us who have exercise equipment in our houses. So let's say you have a treadmill, maybe you have a bike, maybe you have dumbbells, weights, barbells, kettlebells, or maybe even medicine balls. For you people, what I suggest is that you find an instructor who has an exercise class based on that particular piece of equipment and do this. Do their routine, not your old routine. It's time to learn something new and something different. And my 7th tip, and this is the last one, I promise. Ladies and gentlemen, 23% Nation, we need to set up goals. That's right. We need to have something to look forward to. We need to accomplish something. So, let's now consider the DFIT principle. Remember, guys, D means diet, F means frequency, I stands for intensity, the first T is time, and the second T is type. So, what is going to be your goal? Do you want to change your diet? Do you want to exercise more often? Do you want to exercise longer? Do you want to switch it up, or do you want it to become harder? You let me know, all right? Well, believe it or not, guys, that's all that I have for you today. Always remember, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never, ever forget that Coach D loves you.